Now we'll add the spikes and the little ridge along the tail, and it's really easy to do. Just lay the tail flat, and you can see a ridge here. I've already done it, but what happened was I filmed it and then I deleted the clip by accident, so I have to redo it. So that's what this ridge is here. Anyway, we're just going to take your tail, and the ending yarn tail should be on the top and in the center. And go ahead and thread it with your yarn needle. Then we're just going to pinch this top piece, just like this, all the way to the other end. And now we're going to take our yarn tail and we're going to sew that shape in place. And all we do is just go back and forth. So inside and out the other side. Pull the yarn tail. Don't pull it too tight on the first one because it's going to pull the top of that ridge down. So just pull it to hold it and then go back in and out. You see what I'm doing? I'm just going to weave in and out all the way down to the other end. And what that does is just hold that ridge in place. So the ridge is going to get shorter as you go down to the other end. Okay, I made it to the other end, and you can see the ridge is higher here, and it slowly tapers down. So I did sew the very tip of the tail right there. And now I'm just going to knot it off and pull the yarn tail inside the tail itself to hide it. So that's knotted off. Now I'll just bring it inside, bring it out through a stitch hole, pull on it slightly, and cut. Now that we have our ridge, we're going to crochet in the spikes, and these are crocheted right along the top edge of the ridge, so we don't have to make anything and sew it on, which is really nice. And so we're just going to take an alternate color, or you can use the same color, it's totally up to you. I'm going to use a light color so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to crochet, I'm going to be pushing my hook right through this tail from one side to the next. And I'm going to do that all the way along. There's no stitches to work in, so you have to push through. So push through the very tip of the tail. Lay the yarn over it and pull it through. And then chain one, and now you can let go of that yarn tail in the back. And make the starting yarn tail a little on the longer side so we have something to sew in when we're done. Now we're going to crochet, put a single crochet right in the space in front, just pushing through. Grab your yarn, pull it through, and single crochet. I'm going to put a half double crochet into the space in front. So half double crochet, you yarn over before going in. So yarn over, push through, yarn over, pull through, oops, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the space in front. So go through, yarn over, pull through. Instead of yarning over, just pull the first loop through the second loop. Now we're going to make our spikes. So chain 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to put 3 double crochets into the space in front. So yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. That was 1 double crochet. Now we're going to put 2 more in there. Yarn over, make your double crochet, and 1 more, yarn over, now we're going to single crochet into the space in front and slip stitch into the space in front. There was spike 1, chain 2, 1, 2, put 3 double crochets, yarn over, going in, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. That was 1 double crochet. Now we're going to put 2 more in there. Now we're going to single crochet and slip stitch into the next space in front. Now chain 2, and we're just going to keep repeating that process all the way to the end. 3 double crochets, single crochet, slip stitch, chain 2, 3 double crochets, single crochet, slip stitch, chain 2, and repeat all the way to the end. Okay, I've made it all the way to the end, and there's just a couple of spaces left there. So I put my 3 double crochets in. Now I'm just going to slip stitch the last 2 stitches, or the last 2 spaces, sorry. And these spikes are going to continue on up the dragon's back, but we put those on directly onto the dragon's back after the tail is sewn in place. So there, I did about 3 slip stitches there. And now I can break free. And we will be weaving these yarn tails in. I've already got the yarn tail threaded here. So I'm just going to go through the back end here. I'm just going to go through the stitches underneath. It doesn't really matter how you do this, as long as you just weave it in. And you feel some resistance there so that yarn tail won't work free. I can even knot it off here. That will never break free now. Now I'll just carry the yarn tail inside the tail itself, pull on it slightly and cut. Now we'll do the same for the other yarn tail. So that's it for the dragon tail video. We're going to end it here. You can go on and make the other parts. Those are all linked in the description box below. And if you don't have any more parts to make, then we'll head on over to the sewing video, where we'll sew all the pieces together, and we'll stuff the tail then when we're ready to sew the dragon tail to the body.